time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Well, yes, it is time for Mornings at 8, and here we are about 7 minutes after 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning. Thursday, practically Friday, one more little day, and there you go. There is the weekend. Yay. Well, you know, I mentioned yesterday that, where did I see this? National Weather Service or something, that the last full moon of the decade was going to rise this morning about 8 hours ago at 12:12, right, at 12:12, 12 minutes after midnight. And I don't know how they say rise because it was out at 10 o'clock last night. So I don't know what they mean by the full moon will rise at 12 minutes after midnight because it was out like 2 hours earlier. I don't know. Anyway, but it's called the cold moon. And boy, was it aptly named. It was pretty chilly this morning. We had an overnight low of 7 in greater metropolitan Almond. So it was just a little chilly this morning. Brian, you had a story about Tom Reed and CNN. Now, what was that about?
I was laughing about that with a reporter yesterday. Reed put out a funny statement defending CNN, which is unusual, although he appears on CNN and MSNBC quite a bit if you follow him online. And what happened was the RNC, the Republican National Committee, put out a tweet saying, hey, you guys at CNN should not have blocked Lindsey Graham's statements yesterday and put on other things instead. And Reed put out a statement saying basically, hey, I was one of the first people to come out and endorse President Trump. So, you know, I wasn't a bad replacement for Lindsey Graham. And and then he said, but okay. CNN, between Lindsey Graham and I, what he actually said was, between Lindsey Graham and I, CNN picked the prettier face. And, hey, if you want huge ratings, you book Tom Reed.
Congressman Reed does have a really good sense of humor.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of why they put that out.
Okay, very good. Let me see what's going on. Actually, we have a lot going on here. Let me see. As you heard on Brian's news, the votes in Arkport for the Capitol project will be when does it starts? Polls open at noon in the small gym, and they go from noon till 9. They're voting on the Capitol project's phase 2. It's a $10.7 million improvement project. And let me see what's on the part of the project is to replace boilers and piping with a high-efficiency hot water system, fix up the small gym and fitness center, install a new main entrance, upgrade classrooms and offices, the bus garage, and redo the main driveway to the school. So polls will be open in Arkport at the small gym from noon till 9. And also, there's another meeting this afternoon, and that'll go from 1 till 3. At the Hornell Community Arts Center. That's the former Ponderosa restaurant on Broadway. And if you want to find out about the Hornell's Downtown Revitalization Initiative, DRI, you are invited. It's open to the public, and they'll be talking about that. So I'm sure a lot of people will have a lot of interest in this DRI project. As a matter of fact, if you want to find out more, the project has its own website, and it's hornelldri.com. So you can find out about that 1 till 3. What else have we here? Oh, Saturday, the 14th, a concert, Christmas Traditions. That'll be at the Hornell High School Auditorium, and it's free. Magic word, free, okay? And that's coming up Saturday at 7:30 at the Hornell High School Auditorium. So we have those events going on. And also, let me see. Oh, yeah, nothing, I kind of halfway plan to do stuff here, sort of in a manner of speaking, and then it always kind of gets knocked sideways. But Brian emailed me something this morning, and there's a website. What's the name of it? You're from Hornell when?
Yeah, it's a great Facebook page.
I really ought to get on Facebook because I'd like to check these things out. Anyway, but you're from Hornell when? And some gentleman, Seth Snowden, or Seth Snowden, yes, posted a photograph of a game that came out, I believe, in 1986 or 87. I'm not sure, either 86 or 87. It was shortly after I came to WLEA. Maple Cityopoly. Now, Maple Cityopoly is a wonderful marketing tool. I thought it was an absolutely great idea. But it's a game that the board looks like Monopoly. It looks like a Monopoly board. And it looks exactly like a Monopoly board, except it's called Maple Cityopoly. And on this board, now I don't have the net in front of me, so I can't really see it. I did make a copy of the email that you sent me with the photograph of the game board. And I have a magnifying glass here. And I'm trying to read. I printed it out. And instead of like Boardwalk and Park Place and Atlantic, whatever avenue, whatever, go to jail, get out of jail or something. So here's Go. It looks like a Monopoly game. And it is so cool. It was reading here. I really am using this magnifying glass. Sponsored by Maple City Lions Club. And you're right, 1986 is when it came. I had a copy of this. Soon after I got here, I had a copy of that game. And I gave it to my dad. And my dad moved out of Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1992, I think. And then, sadly, he passed in 2012. But anyway, he had this game. And it's gone. I have no idea where the game went.
What? What are the street type names?
Well, they aren't streets.
Okay.
It's businesses.
Okay.
Retail businesses, and where, like, I think in the game of Monopoly, where you have the railroads, we have car dealerships. It's 4 car dealerships.
I got it.
And you have, let me see. Here's a United Way. Here's a car repair shop. Insurance. Oh boy, what else have we here? Oh, it's WCKR, Fun 92.1, and WLEA is on here too, as a matter of fact. What else? Plumbing, tax preparer, various retail stores selling this, that, and the other. The pharmacies. Let me see. Anyway, all these local businesses. And so instead of street names and all that, you have local businesses.
That's funny.
It's what a cool idea. And here at the upper left, we have the sign for Arkport. Arkport founded 1797. And under that, we have a photograph of the living sign in Canisteo. And then a large aerial view of Hornell. And instead of Chance and Community Chest, we have Chance and United Way cards. It was a really neat game. What a clever idea. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was a wonderful idea. And it's too bad. Oh, there's the Tribune, the old Tribune. Now it's a Spectator. There's a Tribune. There's the jail. When you go to jail, there's a cute little cartoon of like an 1890s type cop with the tall hat, almost like a Keystone Cop hat.
Yeah.
Helmet or something. Anyway. What a clever idea. It's too bad I don't have that game anymore. Wow. It really was fun.
And that was from the mid-late 80s?
Yeah, but about 1980. Yeah, it says 1986 edition. I don't know if there was an earlier edition. I have no idea. But anyway, it'd be kind of fun. I wonder if anybody I'm sure they got to be out there somewhere. I'm sure, As I said, I don't know what happened to mine. I have no idea. Gave it to my dad, and it's gone, boy. I don't know. Anyway, what a clever marketing idea that was. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was really, really nicely done. Well, let me see what's going on here. Well, actually, we have a whole bunch going on. We have January is coming up. As a matter of fact, even before January, we have the Green Light Law. That's right. Goes into effect on the 16th, which will afford driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. There you go. Okay, fine. Then there's no more cash bail. In other words, get out of jail free, speaking of which. And that goes into effect on January 1st. which means that thousands of inmates will be released, and let's say released on their own recognizance, right? So if you're in jail now, awaiting some court date or something, out they go. And it's like, see you next lifetime. So it's a part of New York's new catch and release program, right? Maybe you've broken the law, allegedly, and you're in jail, but it's okay. You can now go and probably never see you again. Also, starting in January, on January 15th, this is kind of interesting, New York plans to stop fingerprinting all public assistance applicants. Starting next month, on the 15th, the state will no longer use fingerprinting technology to confirm the identities of individuals applying for public assistance. While the state had previously stopped using fingerprinting technology to verify applicants for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, the new mandate will affect additional public aid initiatives, including the Family and Safety Net Assistance. And let me see here. These programs, now who's this? Justin Mason, a spokesman for the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, said, "These programs are designed to help New Yorkers during their time of need, which is why it's important for us to remove any unnecessary barriers that might prevent them from seeking assistance." Seems pretty noble, right? Okay. This action eases the path vulnerable New Yorkers take to access the programs that are aimed at helping them through difficult times and emergencies. Now, the changes, which go into effect, as I said, on the 15th, come on the heels of the Trump administration's new work requirements for SNAP applicants, which mandate that able-bodied adults without children work at least 20 hours a week. The change could affect more than 100,000 people in New York. So an able-bodied adult without children work at least 20 hours a week to receive SNAP benefits. Okay, that really doesn't seem all too harsh. I don't know. The state has slowly been eliminating the fingerprinting requirement for popular public assistance programs such as SNAP and Medicaid since 2012. And the latest update will ensure that fingerprinting technology is no longer used for any application for public assistance. And this is kind of interesting. After the Trump administration announced the new work requirements for SNAP eligibility last week, lawmakers across New York voiced their displeasure. The governor called the change cold, heartless, and despicable. So what precisely is cold, heartless, and despicable, requiring able-bodied adults without children to work at least 20 hours a week to receive SNAP benefits? I really don't understand how it's cold, heartless, and despicable. I just don't. But apparently the governor does, and that's it. Anyway, Attorney General Letitia James said in a statement that New York is prepared to fight back against the rule change. So they're going to fight back against requiring able-bodied adults without children to work at least 20 hours a week. Gosh, what a sacrifice that'd be. Boy, howdy. Heartless, heartless, heartless. Okay, insurance. Everybody needs insurance. You cannot get by without insurance. Just try it. It's not going to work. And you can do no better anywhere on the planet, or probably the solar system, than contact the Ryan agencies. They have offices in Hornell, Jasper, and Wellsville. They are trained. That's all they do all day long. That's all they do is insurance. And unless you know what you're doing, insurance can get pretty complicated, so you need their help. They're personable, they're friendly, they're local. As I said, they are insurance experts. It's like having your very own personal insurance shopper. Some people have a chauffeur, some people have a butler. You can have your own personal insurance shopper. How do you like that? Because they are experts and they are the Ryan agencies.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's
Eddie Garcia.
News from Major League Baseball, where another big-name free agent is signed. This time, third baseman Anthony Rendon agrees on a 7-year, $245 million deal with the Angels. Last season, Rendon hit .219 with 34 home runs and 126 RBI. In NBA games of note, the Lakers beat the Magic 96-87. LA is now 22-3 on the season, best record in the West, and tied with Milwaukee for the best record in the league. The Bucks beat the Pelicans 127-112 for their 16th win in a row, and they get it without reigning league MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, who sat the game out with a sore quad. Clippers over the Raptors 112-92. LA's Kawhi Leonard had 23 points in his return to Toronto for the first time, where he helped the Raptors win the championship last year. Rockets over the Cavaliers 116-110. James Harden 55 points in the win for Houston. NHL news: the San Jose Sharks fired their head coach Pete DeBoer. He's the fifth head coach to be fired this season in the NHL, all in the last 3 weeks. Capitals over the Bruins 3-2 in a battle of the top two teams in the league.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Nestle is selling its ice cream business, including Häagen-Dazs, to Froneri, a joint venture Nestle created with private equity firm PAI Partners. The New York Post says Froneri will pay $4 billion for Häagen-Dazs dryers and the Drumstick brand. PAI already owns European ice cream brand R&R. Nestle sold $1.8 billion worth of ice cream last year. Lululemon Athletica, known for its yoga pants, now sells a lot more. It says its strong fall quarter was partly because of sales of men's pants, underwear, and coats. Its men's pants can cost nearly $200. The Federal Reserve did not change interest rates yesterday and indicated it can wait before changing them. The Dow was up 29, NASDAQ added 37, S&P up 9. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Today at Simmons Rockwell, now with 2,000 pre-owned vehicles in stock, you'll find these prior rental values. 2019 all-wheel drive Nissan Rogue Sport S models equipped with a rear view monitor, cruise control, Bluetooth, and 12,000 to 18,000 miles for only $16,099. See the savings online at Simmons-Rockwell.com and shop the Simmons Rockwell dealership near you.
Okay, and back we are. You know, Christmas used to be a fairly simple, easy to understand, enjoyable, wonderful time. But man, it has gotten so complicated. It has gotten so complicated. Okay, an Oklahoma public elementary school removed its third grade live nativity scene from its annual Christmas production after receiving a threatening letter from an atheist group. Okie doke. Christopher Line, staff attorney at the Freedom from Religion Foundation, FFRF, wrote to F. Andrew Fugit at the Center for Education Law that the school district was committing, quote, a constitutional violation. I don't know. A concerned Edmond Public Schools member has reported that each year, third grade teachers at Chisholm Elementary have students rehearse a live nativity scene, which students then perform at the school's holiday concert in December. We understand that Chisholm students who participate in the nativity play various roles, including Mary and Joseph, etc. That's the etc. I wonder who the etc. might be. Okay, while a public school can hold holiday concerts, religious performances, and instruction that emphasize the religious aspects of a holiday, are prohibited. A live nativity performance celebrating the story of Jesus' birth is precisely the sort of religious endorsement prohibited by the Establishment Clause. Line pressed the school district to, quote, ensure that future school-sponsored performances will not include nativity scenes and that district teachers will not promote religion through class assignments. He added, he expected the school district to respond to his letter in writing with an outline of steps it has taken to show it has submitted to FFRF's demands. Whoa, okie dokie. Nonprofit litigation organization Liberty Counsel, however, sent a letter to Brett Town, superintendent of Edmond Public Schools, reassuring him that a live nativity scene as part of a balanced Christmas program is not an automatic Establishment Clause violation. Liberty Counsel observed in the case of Freedom for Religion Found versus Concord Schools, the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals stated, This legal stuff is just, okay, fine. Let us first start with the most inherently religious aspect of the show, the nativity scene. We are not prepared to say that a nativity scene in a school performance automatically constitutes an Establishment Clause violation. See Doe versus Wilson County. And then he cites some legal case there. Okay, while many public school districts prefer to cave to similar threats from atheist groups rather than incur legal costs to defend their positions, Liberty Counsel informed Town it, quote, stands ready to provide assistance at no charge to Edmond Public Schools if the district desires to resume a live nativity in a school Christmas program. Okay, there you go. Can we just stop? Just stop. Really? Who in the world is it hurting? Who is it hurting? It's Christmas. It's a nativity. Why do we have Christmas in the first place? I just don't understand these people. Okay, so this precedent, that precedent, this case and that case, and the party of the first part and the party of the second part, and null and void, and this, that, and the other. Really? How complicated can Christmas get? Well, you don't know. I don't know. Okay, fine. Very good. It's all good. And that's it for this morning's show, and I will see you tomorrow at 8:05-ish. Bye.